I was raised in church by a single mother, twice on Sundays and Thursday nights. And it was Sunday best every Sunday. It was old school type of church. That's how I grew up. And then when I started getting older, around 14, 15, I just started really seeing everything for what it really was. Started getting older, started seeing. I knew my dad. I mean, my dad loved me. He just wasn't. He had his own life too. He was not in the household, but so that I started getting angry about that, and then just seeing that there wasn't money around, seeing that we're moving every year. I mean, just all that as a teenager, you just start to really bother you. So that's when, like around 15, I started drinking, and then I started drinking heavily. By the time I was 16, I started taking prescription painkillers, and then anything else in between, any other pills, coke, anything. Just kind of, I didn't like being sober. In the midst of this high, I just started thinking about, what am I doing? You had a kid, you had a son, a beautiful son. I was mad at God. Like, why? I wasted 5, almost 6 years just partying and doing drugs for nothing really. I mean, just trying to get by. So one day I lost my job. Don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I'm running on fumes. For some reason, Keystone pops into my head, just out of random nowhere, and I was like, I don't even know where I'm going, but I just randomly went by myself. Maggie, my fiance now, girlfriend at the time, she had taken me to a Keystone once or twice before. One of her friends from work invited her, and so I showed up, and I just walked in by myself. Brandon started preaching, man. It was just word after word just hitting me. So much with my current situation, so much with what was going on in my mind at the time, and I felt like it was God coming, talking back to me like, yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. And there was something about that day that it changed me, and I didn't know how, I didn't know why. I mean, I went back every Sunday after that. I kept going. A few months after I started going, I finally got baptized. I made the decision, but it goes to show how quick the enemy is to take you back. Because I went into that water, dude, feeling just the grace of God all over me. But when I came out, dude, the first thing in my head was, you're gonna go right back home and do the same things you're doing. Like, you're not gonna change. I went back to the little tent to go change, and I broke down. I fell on my knees. I started crying. I said, God, don't let me go back. Like, just do what you want, but just don't let me go back. And not so much back to what I was doing, but like back to the mental prison that I was in. And I felt guilt more than anything. I just felt guilty for for the way I treated her, the way I, may have treated my son. I felt like a bad father. I felt just horrible. And we're parked all the way in the back behind Keystone, and we're walking, and this truck, this big old Dodge black truck, pulls up right in front of me, and it's Rob, MMA fighting Rob. And he just gets high. I'm just like, who the heck is this dude? Big old buff dude just hops out of this Dodge truck. He just walks up to me, dude, and just hugs me. I just broke down crying in his arms. I was like, and I felt that at that moment, because God knew how I felt, like he knew all I needed was a hug, that felt from God. Like I wanted to feel God just hugging me, just holding me, telling me it's gonna be okay. Sure enough, man, Rob just pulls up and just hugs me with all the strength that he's got. He's like, I love you, man. And that's when I was like, this is my church, man. I was like, these people are, what is this? And started getting involved in communities, community groups and all that, and those guys have been great. I call them up all the time when I struggle. And Keystone, man, on a Sunday morning, you feel like you walked into, a little slice of heaven. Like, you see people, loving and laughing and kids playing, and it's my reboot. It's I go, no matter how I'm feeling, it fills you up. And it's like, all right, man, another week. Take the sermon into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, man. Keep going. Keep going. On Sunday, they'll give you a new one for another week. Keep going. And Keystone helps me do that, It's like, it's a great, it's just full of people that just want to see you succeed. And so many people that want to push you. So many people that love you for no reason, just other than the fact that they love God. Just the person I was before I went to Keystone to the person I am now, and they're two totally different people. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I look how far I've come and I say I only did that with God, because there's no other way. I get excited sometimes when Brandon talks about the kids and all that, because I'm like, my son's only 4, but I'm like, man, I want him to grow up here, because I want him to know God how I'm getting to know him.